Dude, we went swimming with the sharks, and
No,
she was scared. Yeah, with the
I'd be
stingrays as well,
I'd be
lemon
scared.
sharks.
What?
Yeah, yeah, I was a little bit too because, dude, I scraped my knee on the railing of the stairs to like get
No,
underneath. Yeah, bro. So like, and the guide, he was like, "You're good, you're good." He's like,
you're
They
good.
don't get yeah." I was like, "Oh," I was like, and you know what's crazy? Because the night before I was like it's so crazy, man. Night before I was like trying to literally like on YouTube, like is sharks attracted to blood and stuff like that, bro. And what do you know, bro? My knee is scraped and
Oh
I'm
my
underneath
god.
this water, bro.
Welcome everyone to Behind the PFP. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have someone whose energy is contagious. He's been in Azuki since Mint, and actually he has a nice little story behind how he got into Mint. We'll get into that later. He's held several Twitter Spaces and is very active in Web3. He's part of the team for both Vibe Energy and Yaju World, and also is the creator of Zenipops. But beyond that, he's a wonderful father and husband, speaks three different languages, and owns, I swear, at least like 20 different businesses. Today, we have Sunway. Sunway, welcome, man.
Wow, that was amazing, bro. I appreciate you and thank you for letting me be on this, and I'm honored for what you put me on in the portfolio. That's amazing. I never really put myself like in. I guess it's gratitude, right? Like put in a glass box or in a glass jar and just be gratitude of like every day, personally. So when you show me and showcase like what I've done is literally because of Azuki. So first and foremost, so anyone that listens to this, sorry if my mic is not good, but I want to give a shout out to everyone, especially the team, and yeah, everyone in in the community for sure, 100%. So yeah, so it wouldn't be possible for the other things I do in Web3 without them, and Yaju especially. We wanted to bring the comic side of that, and that would be using our Izukis in a personal and a organic way. So we could speak on that a little bit later, but yeah,
Hell yeah, I want to get
yeah,
into that
that's
too, for
yeah, yeah, we
sure.
could get into that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, you have your Web3 life, but I mean, outside of it, man, you have a lot going on for you. And I will say that, like, out of all the people in Azuki, you have this positive energy. Like, I can just feel it. There are people in this world who have this positive energy and are just happy to be where they are, and you're definitely one of those people.
I
And
appreciate it,
so
bro.
I'm
Thank
definitely
you.
happy to have you here, man.
Thank you. Like I said, with gratitude and being grateful, it's I had a dark journey in the past. High school wasn't too great. I mean, with basketball, everything was good. Just got in the wrong crowd. The party scene, how it goes. I started partying
Mhm.
too early. So I realized where I was at. Then slowly went into harder things, and then got myself pretty deep. Realized I needed to get out, and basically got help when I knew that I needed help for myself. So I went away and stayed in LA for a long time. When I was ready, and like a actual adult, I felt like I could personally help my parents and my family, and they needed help as well. Or I could have just started my life in LA, worked with this company with one of my cousins. They do gold and stuff like that, trading. But I just went back. It was personal for me to be with my family and be their support system, especially how they raised me. And I know it's different when they worked all their life, especially my dad when he came here young, and got married in India, and that's how I started. I was born in India when I was 3. I mean, I was born in India when I was I left India when I was 3, and my dad was in America working his ass off 20 hours a day. He was, one of the stories where he had to have a coyote and get to America, from India to Bangkok to, you know what I mean? So it was a
Wow.
deeper
Yeah.
story. So that always hits home, right? So that bond that you have with your family is important to me, and like with the community and Azuki is the same thing. I felt that, so that's why I'm super bullish with the people I meet, the friends I made. Everything that's been created is personal to me because I left my past in the past, and I've been in like a decade clean off of everything that's been so hurtful in my life. And I have a family. I have a daughter, wife. My family's healthy. My brother's healthy. He's doing medical school. He's almost done with that. He's going to be
Wow.
into internal medicine. So Everyone's doing great, and that's what's a blessing that I'm still alive and grateful to be alive today for sure.
Thank you for sharing that. That's quite a journey, right? Because I didn't actually know much about you before Azuki. So it's tough, man. Like, it sucks that you have to go through so much in life to finally find positivity, finally find a place that you're comfortable, and a lot of people don't even find that. It's
Exactly.
a hard journey, and so yeah, you know what, I see you as this positive and happy person, but it wasn't always like that, and I see that now. And I would love to hear more about who you are, as a person, and how you got to where you are, because I know, I gotta say, you have an absolutely beautiful family. I know you have a big family as well. I want to hear more about that, because obviously, being a family man myself, once you have your own family, once you have your child, your whole life changes.
So different, 100%.
So facing the obstacles that had gone through and overcoming them, to meeting your wife and taking care of your family, to having your own child, can you tell me more about your life and what you had to go through? I'm also super curious how you and your wife met.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to, like, personally, like, I wish I had a podcast so I could do the same to you, because your story might be interesting as well. But my story, if like with the Indian community, it's a little different. But mine wasn't arranged. I was ready working here, just chilling with the family, and there's been times like my mom would be, pushing, a marriage, or be like, hey, there's a girl that, like my one of my friends, like there's a girl, her daughter,
Yeah.
this and that, right? I was like, mom, I'm not personally ready yet. I'm just still hitting the gym, still, I'm on my, me and my brother were, hitting it strong at the time too. So like now, like I'm back in it, hitting it strong again. But like there was a moment where when I messed up my ankle, I took a break, and I took a long
Okay.
break. But I didn't, get into like, like taking any, like, like what's it called, Vicodins and shit like that.
Wow.
So like I
Yeah.
didn't want to, stuff like that. So there's personal reasons, like, drinking. Like I don't need to go out and drink. I never had a problem with drinking, but it was just something that, yeah. So when it comes to meeting my wife, that was with help of my mom. Actually, she showed me a picture one day, and I was like literally coming from the gym, and my mom was like, "Hey, look at this picture of this girl." I was like, "All right," and I looked, and I was like, "She's cute." I was like, "She's beautiful." I was like, "Where is she? And where does she live?" And she goes, "Oh, across the street."
Wait,
And
what?
I was, yeah, right.
I wasn't
And so I'm
expecting
like, wait, yeah, exactly, right, in the community, right. And I was just like, wait, what? And I was like, okay. And so, I guess her mom and my mom were super cool and like friends and stuff like that while I was in LA. And long story short, in a way, so we could talk about other stuff as well. I don't know how long we have, but it was we went on like actually about like 10, 11 dates, and we just, kept
Okay.
on going. Yeah, and we just kept on just talking on the phone, and we lived so close, so we just like always chilled. She got to meet my dog at the time that passed away, so rest in peace to my boy Tyson
Hey,
as
rest in
well.
peace. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And my boy Blue Nose, he was a
Oh.
beautiful dog. Yeah. So we're thinking about getting another dog as well. So speaking of my family, yeah, my mom, and she just like, she loved her already, so that was a personal thing to me, right? Like
Oh, of
the
course.
family was
Huge.
already close and like stuff like that, and they already live close. So me knowing like, okay, if this could work, then perfect. Like this would be a blessing. Like my daughter could be in both families' lives just across the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
no
literally,
kidding.
yeah, yeah. So from like our window, she could literally see their house across the way, like not too far. So from there we just clicked and just talked, and we just tied the knot quick actually. And then we went to Bora Bora for a honeymoon like a year later. After
Ooh, Bora Bora.
yeah,
Are you
yeah,
kidding
a
me?
year later. I did it for my birthday as well. So it was a birthday and anniversary all put together.
That's amazing.
She's so her family side did 7-Elevens, multiple 7-Elevens, and like real estate as well. She has a real estate license, so
Oh,
it was she has her LVN, so she loved helping out elderly and stuff like that. So it just made me feel good knowing like, she's the type of girl that would take care of my family as well, and other
absolutely.
people. and had the same mindset that I wanted to have in the future and the present moment, because I didn't want anything to hold me in the past and like or bring me back to the past or anything like that. So that's my backbone for sure, is to have my wife just be who she is, and I'm always here to support her like I do. So like when she's finishing up her nursing right now, she's there, and then instead of me going to Subway, checking up and stuff like that. We have like these two managers set. My mom chills with me too at home, just watching my daughter. So me and my mom get to vibe out with my daughter in the moment. And sometimes I'll go to gas station, and if they need to stock up on some stuff, I'll help out there, and bring some stuff by, and deposit whatever. Go to the bank. I do a little bit of that here and there, but overall, like yeah, it's about taking care of my daughter right now.
Yeah,
Personally.
man. And you know what? Like, it's so important to have an aligned vision when you meet someone who could potentially be someone that you want to be with forever, right? It takes a lot to have those values aligned, because a lot of people have different morals and objectives in life, and sometimes it doesn't match, and that could be detrimental to the relationship
Right.
going forward, right? So it's huge that you could look at your wife and be like, yep, she's someone who would for sure take care of my child, and not only my child, me and our family. So that's beautiful. I love that. And the fact that you guys went to Bora Bora, come on, that's my that I want to go there.
Dude, we went swimming with the sharks,
No.
and she was scared. Yeah, with the
I'd be
stingrays
I'd be
as well, lemon
scared.
sharks.
What?
Yeah, I was a little bit too, because dude, I scraped my knee on the railing of the stairs to
No.
like get underneath. Yeah, bro. So like, and the guide, he was like, "You're good, you're good." He's like,
You're
"Yeah,
good?
they don't get yeah." I was like, oh, and you know what's crazy? Because the night before I was. Like it's so crazy, man. Night before I was like trying to literally like on YouTube, like is sharks attracted to blood and stuff like that, bro. And what do you know, bro? My knee is scraped
Oh
and I'm
my God.
underneath this water, bro. And it was actually the beautiful. Dude, but it was actually the most beautiful thing when I got in, bro, because I was literally not even tripping about my knee no more. I literally was looking at these sharks, and like, bro, like their skin, like literally like tiger, like those tiger
Insane.
leopard type of
Yeah.
sharks, bro. It would look insane. And my wife, because the guide was telling us like you're okay to swim next to them. My wife was like riding one of them for a second, like 1 second, let go. But like
What?
me, she didn't have, bro. She didn't, and I gave her the GoPro, and I told her to get me. And while I was gonna go down with the sharks, bro, and I was holding it for like 3 or 4 seconds, and like beautifully like let go. I wasn't holding like really strong or anything, just like just
like,
feeling the skin and like a little bit, like and like dude, and she was just like, and she didn't get it. She got her feet.
No.
She literally got the she got the ground in the feet, bro.
No. Okay, well, so that, I mean, it's
She was scared. She was scared just looking at her,
dude, I'd be so scared. I can't believe you guys even touched the shark. I would.
I didn't think we could either, but the guide was cool. I get the stingrays too. The stingrays sounded like snorting dogs, like bulldogs.
Huh?
Like when they're out of the water,
Really?
the underneath their belly, like their face is underneath, right? So when you lift when he was lifting the stingray up, and he's like, you could hear him like snorting and stuff. It was so weird, bro. It's pretty cool. And you can feed these breads to these colorful fishes, like in the clear
Oh,
water.
okay.
It's so
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
to see too. Yeah, bro, you gotta take the family.
Dude,
Just,
I
like,
gotta
you get,
go.
like this dope.
That's
you gotta
amazing, man. How long were
go.
you
Tell
guys there
Suzuki
for?
later on. The utility. We got the beans later.
Yeah.
Like
Yo, okay, yeah. I guess we're
Good,
recording this
good.
episode before whatever comes out, and it sucks because I would
underneath
love to
at the
talk
time.
about that
Who knows
too.
what it could be?
Oh, who knows? Who knows? That you know what? It'll be interesting no matter what, but I don't know if it'll be as
Honestly, don't
interesting
care.
as touching a shark. Okay, that's not something I'm ever gonna do in my life. I don't want to do that. That sounds scary as hell. How long were you guys there for?
For a week actually.
Oh.
We were there for a good week. It was solid.
That's a good honeymoon and
Stay.
birthday, I'd say so.
Yeah, and my daughter was born on July 13th, so 10 days before mine. So
Oh,
pretty
okay.
cool knowing like just she ended up being a Cancer. I'm a Leo, but overall it's just cool knowing like she's like 10 days before me.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so you guys almost have the same birthday, and that's in July.
Yeah, July. We're July, baby. So I know we're just going off track on other things, but
Hey, that's
yeah,
all good,
yeah.
man. That's all good.
Dude, she
This
loves beans. She loves Azuki. I'm telling you, she's my little prodigy, bro. She any anime or anything she sees, she's Azuki. And then she goes
no.
beans. She knows beans, bro. She goes like literally today. She wanted to see my Azuki lollipop cake. She calls it a cake pop,
Okay,
but then she knows it's yeah. But it's Zenny because Samuel. Shout out to Samuel. He did the animation
Hey,
and yeah. Shout out to him and
go.
she's loving it.
Yeah.
She's loving it though. She gets to see the animations and stuff like that, and she loves seeing them. So
That's adorable.
she
She's 2 years old, right?
yeah, 2.5. Yeah, about to be
Oh,
2.5, right? Yeah, so
I love
yeah.
that. Yeah, you know what? That's definitely one of the best years is being able to watch them grow. There's always like obviously there's always challenges as they grow, but as they grow, they learn so many new things, and you get to see them
True,
grow up.
true.
And
So
oh
good.
man, it's amazing. You know what? Like, how has your life changed ever since your daughter was born?
Okay, so my language has changed. Like sometimes when I'm talking in spaces, I make sure I'm not around because I'm with Vaughn,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dooku. Shout out to them because those are more chill spaces, And like when we're talking right now, I'm more chill in a way too. If I end up, using the wrong language, it's cool.
Of course,
But
yeah. I get what you
yeah,
mean. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It happens. So overall it's changed by me working harder for sure, me showing her like just whatever I can in a way, like just they learn without learning, like without you even teaching them in a way, right? So it's just they pick up things, so when they know like we're doing like cleaning and stuff like that, or like putting the laundry inside the
Yeah.
clothes, like she wants to help and stuff like that. She has like her own set of stuff, like where she like just loves going to pick out her personal books for bedtime, and like she calls out a different book that's like in the loft area, and then she would want to get the book from all the way over there, so like we would have to go get it for her because she's in bed,
Oh
so there's
yeah.
like cool things, like it's just like knowing like from how little she was and how interactive she is now within this little time span is just amazing, incredible, seriously a blessing for sure.
Oh man, that's so
um
cute. I totally get it.
and
I totally get it.
I
Oh
know I was gonna
yeah.
say, bro, like
Oh
especially when you have time actually to be there, thankfully, like and not working.
yes.
Maybe that was another blessing of COVID, because like when COVID happened, like that's when Arza, my daughter, was born, and she was not a COVID baby but was born in COVID baby. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Yes. Yep.
as a you know what I mean, at the hospital. So it was just me and my wife there, and my family couldn't go to the hospital as well. It was a thankfully a good delivery. Everything was good.
How was that for you? Were you there?
Oh, I cut the cord. It was amazing, man. It was
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Did you do
Did
it?
you watch the whole process? Oh God. Yeah. No. You know what? I was there. I watched the whole process for both my girls, and I gotta say though, on my oldest daughter, my first girl, um, so we get there, and it's like it's a long day, right? It's a long day, long night, and we're getting to that point where it's like, okay, you gotta push, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was falling asleep. I was dozing off. I was like I was holding her
You
leg,
almost
I was
fainted, huh?
falling asleep. No, I was falling asleep. And then next thing you know, I look over and I see the head, and oh my God, adrenaline just got injected into me, and I shot straight up, and I'm like, oh my God,
Okay, I was
it's
gonna say
happening.
you.
We're
Yeah, yeah.
here.
Okay, there you go. Because I was gonna say there's no way you fell asleep because you must have fainted, or okay,
Yeah.
adrenaline. There you go.
No, adrenaline. Yeah, that adrenaline kicked in, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, it's happening. It's happening. And the worst part was that, the nurse was there, and she was just like, yeah, the doctor is doing an emergency C-section. So, like, I just need that. I've never delivered this, delivered a baby before. Can you just wait? And my wife was like, no, like, this is like, she's coming now. And, luckily, last second, doctor came in and, like, right away delivered the baby
Nice,
and everything. And
awesome.
so yeah, it worked out well. And then my second baby, funny enough, was born on the same date.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
man. It was
remember.
it was
Okay,
weird.
okay. So, and what are their names? What are their names?
Yuna is my youngest, and Lena is my oldest.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, adrenaline really saved me in that situation. That's for sure.
that adrenaline you got, shout out to Vibe Energy. I'm gonna shield them out with
Hey,
Della
I like it.
and Namco and Vibin. That's adrenaline with Electric as well. Great people, great homies to have. Created a this interesting thing with having different NFT communities part of this journey with our can and with the energy that we're gonna bring behind it. And
Yeah,
you know them pretty well, Namco and all them. They got some great energy, Vibin,
they
Della.
do.
So yeah. So shout out to them for
Man, I'm
sure.
cheering you guys on. That's something I want to talk about actually. And actually, you know what? Before that, though, like I do want to talk about you and your own journey of like having these several businesses that you have to take care of, and how do you manage all of that, and managing managing people and managing that stress outside of Web3 as well.
First and foremost, I mean, it would be with meditating, with just like I said, with praying. That's my meditation in a way. So, I think it's just with having peace. Sometimes things don't go well. Some people take vacations. Some people take breaks. Sometimes you have to go there and make sandwiches yourself if a girl has to leave. There's times that happens, or
Hmm.
there's employees not set in place. But having the family in the business as well, especially my dad earlier on, helped me expand the business. So putting that less stress and less pressure and that weight off his shoulders made me able to expand and have like right employee set, and then also have the right managers that he could have had set somewhere else, and kind of spread it out wisely and smartly, so they could actually, I don't even know if smartly is a word, but just you know what I'm saying, just
Yeah,
have it
of
set up
course.
right for these managers like to take over when we're in India. They could deposit and stuff like that
Yeah.
without any stress, without any concern.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that foundation was kind of there, and you watched all that growing up too, I
Yeah,
guess. Is that
yeah. I
right?
was yeah. So I was literally like raised in the back of an office when I was not in school, and I would be with my brother in the back of an office, and my
Wow.
brother was 4 years younger than me, so I would just have the bottle of milk and just feed him, and like when his diapers need to be changed, like my mom would help me or my
Hey.
mom would take over, like especially the poopy diapers. Like I was too young to like really be changing them, and like, but interesting fact, bro. Like my brother's super close. Like I remember, like he was like he needed his mom at times like wipe his butt, and like now he's gonna be a turn. He owes me a Porsche or something, bro. Cause
Yeah.
I wiped his butt when he was like in first grade, all the way to like first grade almost, bro.
Show
So
him this podcast.
you know what I
You
mean.
tell
Later
him,
on,
man.
I'm just saying. No, he just needs to get in a Zuki. Once he's a doctor, he'll get in a Zuki. But yeah, I think that's what it was, right? One of us, my parents worked so hard, they wanted both of us out of the businesses, and
Oh,
for me, it was personal. Like when I came back, so it wasn't really about me even like wanting to do Subways. It was just like I could help them and make it more, and let them just chill at home. And my dad gets to do that. They get to go on cruises. They get to go to India, and I'm here, and
oh, that's
I could
amazing.
you know what I mean. So they get
Yeah.
to go back, and they have a house back in India. So my mom actually recently just got back, and my dad as well. They went different times in a way, but almost the same timing. It just my mom had another wedding for her side of the family, and
Oh, yeah.
I didn't end up going. Just like I said,
You've got a
businesses like you
lot.
had to
Yeah, you've
sometimes,
got a
yeah,
lot.
exactly.
Exactly.
Some people have to sacrifice, and
Sacrifice,
some people
man.
get to enjoy.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Well, shout out to Papa Sunway and Mama Sunway. They raised two really successful boys now.
I appreciate it. Thank you, bro. And you
Um,
too, man.
I'm something. I'm something. I'm making
No,
my
I
way,
met
I
you, man.
guess.
I met your energy in real life, dude. It bounces right back. That's why I was honored to do this. Like, and maybe to some it might feel different. For me, it's personal because I met you, and I would 100% do
Thank
this
you.
again.
I really appreciate that. I'm honest. I'm honestly just focused on my family and providing for them, while having fun with Azuki and trying to grow this podcast. The past year, I've made so many friends and some lifelong friends as well. You could think of it as a form of utility in that you create real bonds with real people who love watching the process of creating a brand from scratch.
Yeah, man. It's incredible how like I could actually make good friends and legit friends, real friends, in Azuki that I didn't believe in Web3 at first at all.
Hmm.
When I got into Web3, it was literally looking at funny hood videos, and it was like an angry pit bull club, right?
Okay,
And
yeah.
I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. I've been hearing about bored apes and this and that, right? Okay, let me, I'm financially okay. Let me see what's going on. I'll spend like 200, $300. It was a angry pit bull club, like in
Angry
and
Pitbull
there.
Club.
Yeah, and if you look it up, and I think their whole motto was like, they had like a lot of like, funny people rapping in there in the channels, and like, they had they had like just funny stuff, bro. It was
Yeah.
just like, so I knew it was not gonna be the most like efficient way to like probably learn, but I learned a little bit how to like interact and like make the MetaMask wallet and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
knew, okay, like this is OpenSea, and just like, okay, this is a Discord, and this is how they're gonna use it. Okay, these are the mods. Okay, so I looked at it a different way, and instead of just being the consumer and just eating it. So I just wanted to learn as much as possible. So I knew if it was like a $200, $300 ticket of buying this NFT in a way, maybe like to other people that would be like getting an alpha pass or whatever. But me personally, I didn't know too much.
Right, of
So
course.
yeah, so I stayed in there, just learned, and then I think I minted one. So yeah, I did mint one, and I stayed with one, and I was just looking at the market, and De'Aaron
You still have
Fox.
it?
No, dude, I ended up
Oh,
selling
okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
ended up selling it. But I didn't. I think I lost profit for sure. I think I lost like about $100 or
Oh,
something.
minor,
Or
minor, right?
yeah, I think maybe even more actually. I don't know. I literally, I think I lost about like $150. I think. So I just literally left it alone after I sold it. I think Sire ended up buying one later on too. That's the funny thing, and he
No
ended up
way.
selling it too. Yeah, like later. It was so crazy, right? And then so, anyways, when I got into NFTs, it was from starting to that, and then De'Aaron Fox. And bro,
Did
Ren, like,
oh
let me tell you,
yes,
man,
yes, yeah, yeah.
like, dude, and it
Go
was just
ahead.
because of, okay, because of video games, and then like in basketball, and I'm a
Yeah.
hooper, so I was just like, okay, maybe this guy, he has money, he just got so much
He ain't
money,
gonna
and
rug
he's
us.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
he ain't gonna rug me, like, and he's gonna help out, people in the community. I guess he's gonna help out Kentucky, like two scholarships. I was like, okay, maybe like this mind map to me now sounds so stupid, but like at the time, I was just like, okay, this sounds nice, and okay, maybe, if he's really gonna do this, it sounds okay. Honestly, dude, that De'Aaron Fox, bro, that made me almost shut down and be like,
I
forget
imagine, yeah.
NFTs. But what I did was, and they did ended up paying me back, but not fully. They paid me like point 0.9 at the time, which I still was like, cool, I'll
Hold
take
on.
it.
Point
Yeah,
nine?
yeah, point 0.9 at the time, and the reason why is because I was like in the green team, like stuff. Like I spent like I think
Okay,
like
yeah.
about $5,000, bro. Like
Damn.
close, yeah, like about close to $6,000 actually, bro. So yeah, dude, I remember telling MV3, I told Quinn and them, right? Like, and when
Yeah.
Quinn was actually part of that metaverse, right? So I was letting them know, like, hey, bro, like this dude is like scummy and scammed us, bro. Like I'm just letting you know, like he's paying some of the people back that were like the main holders, but everyone else, like
Nothing.
he's, yeah, nothing, right? So yeah, so I what I did was I asked, let me see what their wallets are, let me see what they're favoriting, let me see what they're like, all this stuff, right? Let me see what's going on. And dude, it was a Dutch auction that was Suzuki that was going on, bro. And I looked at OpenSea and I seen a beams that was like going for like, I think at the time it was, I think I seen it for 3 ETH or 4 ETH. Like that was from the
Oh,
Dutch or
okay.
something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm maybe mistaken. Someone could correct me, but I think when I clicked on it, went to the website, checked it out, went on Discord. I was in the Discord. I knew I wasn't gonna probably get like with the artwork and everything that was going on, bro. It looked so good. Like I knew, like from Swipe of the Fox and that, I knew I just got rugged. I knew I was like that's a rug. And you know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
was in Azuki while Swipe of the Fox was still going on, but I knew it was a rug. So I didn't actually, the time frame, what I just told you, was actually a little off. I ended up getting rugged while I was in
Wow,
Azuki.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. And De'Aaron Fox was still like slowly rugging everybody.
That still it
So,
still affects you, right?
right, right. No, 100%. But mentally in a way. But in a way, I kind of just felt like, okay, Azuki's the move,
Azuki
right?
kept you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's the
see.
move. Yeah, it caught my eyes, and then that story is incredible because I knew there was like that. I just kept on checking the announcements, checking out, what's going on, and there was the raffle that was going on,
Yeah,
and
that's
there
right.
was a
Yep.
yeah, and there was three of them. So you ran? How long have you probably were a OG, right? You're OB, right? Like
Yeah,
you've
no,
probably been in there.
I was there since no, November 30th ish. So a little bit later on there, and actually, I became OB like after Mint. But yeah, no, I was there for a long time, but I didn't realize like you kind of came in quite late, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
not
go
like
on with that.
super
Yeah,
late. It was like right when it was about to end. Like it was literally right before reveal in a way. Like it was like in that time frame in the
yeah.
week when before reveal was gonna happen, and I got number 9993. And that was from the Wheel of Fortune, and that dude was me literally on my laptop and my phone, and my wife was telling me, hey, we gotta get diapers and stuff like that from the Target pickup, and I was like, okay, let me just submit this, I'm on my way, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So I was on my phone, bro, on Discord. Instead of listening to music and stuff like that, I was in there, bro, like,
Oh my
just,
God, yeah.
you know what I mean, like in
Hmm.
this. And I was just like, dude, like this would be incredible, right? Because I just, I was thinking like I'm losing money in Swipe of the Fox already. Like I can't keep putting money into NFTs, like, you know what I mean, financially.
Right.
I could, but I felt like this is gonna be. I'm gonna be getting rugged so much until I find a Bored Ape, right? Like, you know what I mean. So I was
Yeah, yeah.
like, if I could get into this like early, like this would be incredible. Like, and if not, then maybe I would have to buy it on secondary if I can. And dude, but like I guess like the chances of just like, dude, of me going to Target, coming back, and like seeing the wheel of fortune still spinning, and then it was like less names, and I thought I was already out, but I was like, I'm just gonna keep track, maybe my name is still on there, because there's so many names on there. And shout out to the team that took out all the bots, by the way. They took out so many bots that were
Trying to
were
bot the
trying to,
system, yeah.
yeah. So um bruh, shout out to bruh. He was on the top four too, up on
Oh,
the
was he?
stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Prima, shout out to Prima, because Prima, he was the second winner from the raffle. So there's three winners. The second one was Prima, and we were in this private Discord with Demna and Daph, who were explaining like what we need to do and stuff like that. And I just, dude, I was so thankful, dude. I remember, bro, like my daughter was on my lap, bro, and like not because of financially, it was just that spark, and just like that, feeling I got, bro. And
Oh, yeah.
I tell everyone every single time, bro, like even me talking to you and just being thankful to be, is because of Azuki, bro. Like I would have to tell them every time, like even meeting them at the family festival, like if you brought your kids and stuff like that, that was like the vibes of me even meeting Arnold and like Steamboy, bro, like meeting
That's
him and with
right.
his family, and meeting Z and Ted, and just like knowing like Wiz was there too, like just with vibing in line, and just like, bro, just like knowing like this is a like actual like community that's like a family for me, like it's
It's
personal for
beautiful.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
And you know what? For those who don't know, obviously the Azuki Dutch auction happened first, and then it was the mint list that happened after, and then after that, uh, rest in peace to the people who didn't mint during that time. But I think there was like, yeah, like 15-ish that weren't minted, and so they gave away something like 10 of them to some of the active community members who didn't get it, and then they did the final giveaway spin, and the fact that you got in that is incredible.
Insane, dude. And
Insane.
the wheel, if you, I wish I recorded, the wheel literally didn't
I
look
remember
like
it
it
in
was
my
on my
head.
name. Bro, it didn't look like it was on my name at all. And I got up and I was like, oh, all right. And then I was like, oh, and then my daughter was like, like next to me, and she's like, looked at my face and started
Like,
like
what are you
crying a little
doing?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like crying a little bit. I was like, no, no. I was like, we're good, we're good. And
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
had to like tell them to like, dude, like, oh, dude. So me talking to Demna right there, and Daff and everybody was like, what? Like I'm in this, like, so.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Such a
dude, and
good
I love
feeling, eh?
anime, dude. Like, Dragon Ball Z was one of my favorites too, dude. Like, just like even Pokemon back in the day, I used to
Yeah.
go in the bushes just to get like all the unlimited shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah.
fight, Double Zero. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Oh
the
yeah, the
Zero dude, the chip.
shinies and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
hell
Oh,
yeah.
bro, come on. Like, I was in
Oh
that.
yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I just, I just love
Just
Azuki,
love, hell
man.
yeah, man. You
Yeah.
you you know what? You grew a family out of Azuki, and so I know you have you're part of BBB group, and a lot of
Oh
the
yeah, shout out to
people. Hey,
BBB.
shout out to them.
Yup.
And the people that you've met through Azuki, you've now built Vibe. You've built Zenny Pop. You're part of Yaju World. Like it's incredible how you went from just kind of vibing with everyone in Discord, and then from then created a family out of it, because really it is a family, right? Like,
Yeah, 100%. Namco, I get to, his daughter like gets to talk to my daughter one time like on FaceTime, and they know each other now. Like
what?
yeah, like you know what I mean. Like I just feel like there's ways of knowing like when people FUD us or stuff like that. I guess they don't understand what is really inside of it, right? Like what's really inside the circle in a way, which is not really a circle. Like it's an open circle, but it's like it's like to explain to somebody like this is a family. I guess it'll take time to understand that, right? Like when you get to hang out with somebody, you'll understand like, oh yeah, they're brothers, or oh yeah, they're sisters, or you know what I mean, or
Oh yeah.
did you guys
Oh,
know
yeah.
each other for a long time? It seems like you guys, nah, we just known each other for like spaces and
Yeah.
Suzuki, you know what I mean?
Discord.
Like Discord.
Yeah.
So that's the true meaning. I think that I found that in Discord for sure, and I'm glad that I stuck around and got to do that.
I'm glad too, man. And
For sure.
it's the IRL events that really solidified everything, right? Really solidified like these friendships and these connections, because obviously, yeah, we're limited to Discord at first, but how successful Azuki got blessed everyone with these events that we got to meet these people IRL. Man, like for me, going to LA, I had never gone on a trip by myself, and I was leaving my kid and my wife. Like, what?
Yep.
And
some people that you never met before.
yeah, exactly. And dude, I remember like
Yeah.
coming out of like the airport, and I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to look for Zoo. Shout out Zoo. And
Big
I'm-
time Zoo, bro. Zoo's one of my boys. Like even
Oh, yeah.
any like we went to Azuki to Discord, to Valhalla Discord. Like I mean that's my man. Even MV3, like that dude was. I'm just telling you, the space needs to respect Zoo for sure,
They do.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
agree.
boy.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's well connected, and he's turned into a very good trader now. That's for sure. I respect him. And the fact, yeah, like I remember coming out of that airport, and like I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to find a guy. I don't know what he looks like. I know what car he's coming in, and guess what? I'm also rooming with him. You know, it was
Buddy.
it's weird how that happens, hey? And now look at us. It's been a year, and there's nothing you can do to crush us, all of us, this
Yeah.
community, right?
Yeah, I'm super bullish. Like I told you, bro. I went to one Azuki, and then slowly, my wife was with me. She got to find my forever PFP. She was
Yes,
that
I
story
want to know
itself-
about that too.
Okay, so
I want to
she
know
was-
about that too.
dude. So she understood like what was going on with like the website and everything and all that. So when we won that, we were still scoping out this market, and I was looking. I was like, I can't find one that like hits me personally. Like I want a one that could fit me. You guys basically the girl is basically your guys's, right? Like I was like
yeah.
I need something that's gonna fit my my
No, I totally get it.
style.
Yeah.
So we're looking, and my wife's like, let me look, right? And she refreshed the page, and she was looking, and she found mine. She's like, oh, look at this one. It's around 6 ETH. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh wow. I was like 6 ETH. I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what I
Hell yeah,
mean?
man. And it suits you. Actually, you know what? So your wife helped you find your PFP, but I'm also wondering what more? Like what role
Yeah.
has she had in your Zuki and Web3 life? Because to me, it seems as if she's been super supportive in all of this.
Yeah. Honestly, she has. And the only time where she felt sketched out, and I think a lot of people did, was during the FUD.
Oh, she heard all of that.
And
yeah.
it was me because I had explained it to her, and I guess like the way I was explaining it to her, she's like, "Let me read it," and then she read it, and she's like, well, it seems like he's done a lot. Like any other, like I was explaining, like if we did any businesses and some don't go right or whatever, right? And then like I guess the way I explained it, like maybe didn't sound like the way like she understood it. So at the time she was like, I don't know, keep them, but she's like, just don't buy them if the price is going down. And me, I'm like, no. I'm like,
I have to.
I'm like, this is the time to buy them. Like, you know what I mean? And like, she didn't want to hear
Yeah.
that. Like, she's like, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy.
No,
like, like, But bro,
Yeah.
like, so that little portion of time, but then she's like, let me see, and then that's why, like, us, like, who step up in the community that are there, like Ash, everyone that were stepping up, you know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean, that that was the support system that I was looking for, that knowing that this could happen. Vaughn even called me personally, like, bro, like, I might have to sell this, right? Like, he, like, yeah,
Oh
like, he
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
called me, so I was like, let me, like, bro, I'm in the same boat in a way, like, I don't, financially it's different, but, like, I think if you personally feel like, if this,
Mhm.
if this FUD is gonna ruin everything, and you think the team is leaving, which personally I told them they're not gonna leave. I don't feel like they're gonna leave. I think within the hours they're saying they were not leaving. You know what I mean? I think it was
Yeah.
just that feeling. I told them, like, like, there's a lot of the solid ones that are staying, and
Hell yeah,
so.
man. You know what? Like, uh, a lot of people don't understand how hard it was. Cause like, yes, we can say, hey, fuck all the haters. We stood together and we got through it all. But my God, in that moment, right,
Right, yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
floor prices crashing, so many people talking negatively,
Yeah.
there's so many people I talked to too. It was just like, I don't know what to do. I'm worried. I feel like I should sell. Like I need to get out. I keep
And
reading
I'm not their
this and
family
that and
member to
this and
help them,
that.
or
Oh
or
God.
their relative to say
Hmm.
anything or anything like that. So, like, personally, like,
Oh yeah.
I felt like, in a way, I was a brother to some people. So I felt like, personally, what I would, told them how I felt, and, like, I put it in spaces as well. Like, yo, I opened up the spaces for people, and I'm glad Michael came through, and, like, Ice came by. I know a lot of people came
Hey,
through
yeah.
to those spaces, and I think Ren, you came by. A lot of everyone, like, literally showed up, when everyone needed to
Hell
stand
yeah.
up. So, that's what literally helped us all. And, shout out to everyone, like, literally, that stays in the community and that's been grinding since day one. Just, not even grinding, but it's not even feeling like grinding, honestly, Ren. Like,
No,
you know
definitely
what I
not,
mean? Like, when
man.
you, like, look at Subway and all this, like, other work I do, and when you do this type of, I mean, like, making Zenny Pops and Vibe Energy, and, like, doing Yaju, and, like, that type of feeling, it's a spark of starting something new. Like, when Fred and them, they started, Subway or something like that. It's personal to me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
hell
when you
yeah.
started, like, something from the ground up, right? Or when you do real estate and you work on a horrible house, and you just, what I mean, flip it, and, like,
It
it
takes a
takes a
lot,
lot
man.
of
A
work.
lot of people,
And then when you do
a lot of people look at the end
right,
result,
right,
right?
right.
That's what they see. But man,
Journey,
it all starts from the
yeah,
beginning and the
yeah,
journey, right?
100%. And that's, I think, at first, when you're young, you don't get to enjoy that. You don't get to realize that.
Yeah.
But I
Hmm.
guess, like, it is true. The older you get and the more people you talk to, the more people you see, from bad experiences, from good experiences. You honestly could only learn. And when when
Yep.
Z said I'm learning, yeah, we all literally learning, bro. Like, no one can say they know Web3 and NFTs to the fullest or
No.
100%. You know what I mean? There's the blockchain. Like, there's so much still stuff to learn. I mean, that's why what they did, with 721A and all that from behind. Like, it's just the tech is
Yeah.
there. The anime for me is there. So, like, dude, like, everyone that's collecting and just doing the badges and all this, bro, it's just beautiful to see. Like,
So
it's
much
so much
fun,
fun.
man.
And
It's so much fun to see.
yeah, and and it's starting from Bobu, and, like, you get to do proposals with Bobu. So I'm not even, for people that even listen to this and you're a Bobu holder, you honestly could even do a proposal with Bobu. Like, that's another spark to have.
Yes.
Like, if you're a Bobu holder and you have something going, or you have, like, creative, like, even confidence. I think from Sire's homie, he's making necklaces, Bobu necklaces, I think. And
Oh
yeah,
wow. Yeah.
yeah, I will probably have to shout that out and see if I could put it, once you release this or something. So there's people out
Hell
there
yeah.
making pendants and stuff like that, and there's ways to, like, do proposals, like, Nader. Shout out to Nader, that's creating so many beautiful
Oh,
things. Ren,
Nader is a
right, bro.
beauty,
He's a
man.
beast,
Nader is a beauty.
beast, bro,
Holy.
beast.
This guy is getting it done
Dude,
for
big
Azuki right
brain. He's
now.
like my Jimmy Neutron, bro. He's my, in a way,
Yeah,
he's my
dude.
Jimmy Neutron, bro.
Okay, wait. Hold on.
Should we take an
Oh
intermission on the
my
Jimmy
god, dude,
Neutron?
this is so funny. You haven't heard my intro video that's actually supposed to come out tomorrow, but dude,
No
I
way.
can't believe you said that. That's so funny. I In that intro video, I say something around how Nader, like, how does Nader even fit that big brain of his,
Jimmy
like, in his head,
fucking
you know?
Neutron.
So, dude, like, this guy, okay, This is turning into a Nader.
I wish Nader was in
Nader
here, dude.
fanboy.
Yeah, Nader.
Yeah.
I am.
Me
I am.
too.
I am actually a fanboy of Nader, dude. He knows it.
I
He
am
knows it.
too, man.
He when he shows me shit, he knows. He knows what's gonna happen when he when he flexes,
That's so
right?
funny.
Like, it's just,
Yeah, yeah.
I love listening to him. And he's like, sorry if I'm getting. And I'm like, dude, no, you're not, dude. Just keep
No,
going.
keep
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
Keep going.
Keep going.
You know what? That's actually hilarious because I know that when he was going through his Bogu cards, he told me, and I know he also told you, and he talked to both of us,
Yep.
right? Because he noted that in his faces. So I didn't even realize that, and I totally forgot about that. But yeah.
Yeah, when he
we're
showed me
both
the shop,
huge
I was like,
Nader
yeah,
fanboys.
Nader, let me jump in that shop for real. I was like,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. That's so funny. I can't believe we got to that point.
Dude, yeah, like when he pulled up on me in NYC and he showed me, like, hey, you're Sunway?
Oh
He's like, I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah, Nader. I was like, what? Because he was like talking to Sire. He's like, Sire was like, yo, this is Sunway. He's like, what? And then he's like, yo, I got this. Like, hey, just like, he said it in like a secret way, and I was like, wait, what you got, bro? He's like, he pulled it out, and he's like, I was like, oh shit. Sire was like, yeah. And we're like, all right, we gotta put this away right now. So we put that shit away in our bags and shit. Like we thought, you know what I mean? Looked at it, we're like, oh shit. Like everyone thought it was like from Azuki too, and us too were like, Nader's a plug, bro. Like he gave me some candy too and stuff. Like
that's how much he works.
Dude,
on these
honestly,
things, right?
that's why I'm telling you. Like, it's not just me. Like, it's people like Nader and everyone, like Yoshi, like everyone that's literally like creating stuff as well and like doing stuff like you're doing as well. Like, that's what just keeps me pushing to keep being who I am, bro. Like, I need that energy to feed off of, like, to keep releasing it in Web3 as well. Because if I'm the only one, yeah, I could do it my best, but it would be helpful, like, if people around me would do the same, you know. And we got that.
Yeah, it's tough alone. Yeah, this is a community that wants to grow with, and you know what? The best part of all of that is that Azuki themselves want to support all of us in what we're trying to do as well.
100%.
So if you ever need to talk to them,
Yeah.
they're there. They're ready to talk to you, and I love that about Azuki. And I can't believe that we've gone through so much, and look at us now, man. Like, give yourself a pat
You
on the
too,
back.
bro.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
honestly. Yeah,
you know,
give it a
yeah.
hug, bro. Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah. And so,
Good for you.
you know what? You've you know what? I do want to quickly talk about all your ventures and how all of that is going. And you know, I think my biggest question is, what has been the biggest learning moment for you? And you know, kind of what's your greatest takeaway from building in Web3?
So my greatest takeaway in Web3, that was the last question. What was?
Yeah, just like for Vibe and Zenipop and Yaju World, like, tell me how all of that is going, and what's your greatest takeaway from being a builder?
First, I would give a tip is to start off, if you're not able to handle multiple things or capable of having that much stress in a way. Like some people would call it
on
stress.
your
Yeah,
plate,
yeah,
yeah,
you know what I
that's a
mean.
lot,
Some people
yeah.
would call it stress. I don't want to call it stress because I think that's a negative word for sure. Like that's one word like I hate using.
There's a
But
good stress.
It's good
you know?
stress too. Some people
Yeah.
can put it into good stress. So when you look at it like that, perfectly, right? So like if you're able to do multiple things, and then that's great. Especially if, like I was saying in the beginning, like if you have great team, a great, like in Subway we have great employees that I consider my team. They do a great job. So everyone in Yaiju, everything that's what we're doing, it's everyone's solid, bro. So it's not just me, but my creativeness that I could put in anything. It's a blessing for them to say yeah, or when they shoot it down or make it better. You know what I mean? Not even shoot it down. Like we just go back and forth and we pick each other's brains. Like that's what I love with Yaju and like creating the comic. There, Jennifer just doing a great job. Shout out to Jennifer. I got to meet her. She was one of the great people that literally, like when Azuki was going on.
100 Days of
Yeah,
Code.
yeah. So she's killing
yeah.
it, bro. So she's doing also some work with Dooku. Shout out to Dooku. I got to meet him in LA. Humble, wonderful person.
So basically, like building a team that you can work with, and that can be along with you for the ride of building something in a space that there's no concrete roadmap of how to do something perfectly good,
Right.
right? It's all
Right.
different.
Zenny Pops personally, a lot of like reviews and a lot of things that we're fixing, and then Dooku as
Okay,
well. It's
yeah.
all a circle. So Dooku as well has a golden lollipop that shout out. Like I guess I'll put it in the space right now. Like he's gonna be doing a
Yeah.
collab with us with Zenny Pops, and we're gonna put him on a mystery flavor on a mystery pack. On a Zenny Pop,
Ooh.
yeah. So we're
Yeah.
gonna be using him, and then he's gonna be also getting the percentage of all those sales and bringing that in as well. And then with the Vibe Energy, um, we have a lot of interest in a lot of different people. I think I can't say because I would have to get the say so from the team. So like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's like big time interest in there for sure. So love it. And then also with like in a way, like I'm saying, it's all connected because the people I'm working
Yeah.
with, like if I need help with Della to for instance, I guess I could throw some alpha out there. I'm trying to work with some plushies as well with making
Oh,
some
yeah.
like Yaju plushies maybe perhaps. I
I
just want
love
to
that,
test them
man.
out, see how they go, and with PBT, you know what I mean. I just want to see how they work and
Ah, I see.
to get a little
Yeah.
sample run going, right, and just see how it works. Shout out to Skylark as
Interesting.
well.
Yeah.
I want him to work on the PBT as well. Maybe we'll see what's going on.
He's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast, bro. So we're just get
He is
he's
a
a beast.
beast.
He's
Yeah.
on the team. We got Macros who's does the hunters for us for the comic and stuff like, or not really for the comic side yet. We have one comic chapter done already. That's should be released like during. I probably wouldn't say as well right now. I guess we will wait for the team as well for to get. I didn't. I should have
Yeah, of
probably
course.
asked
Yeah.
him. So I'm sorry. I should have probably asked him for what.
No,
Cause
it's
like
okay. It's okay.
I respect the team as like like just
As
as
you
I
should.
should, right?
Yeah.
So there's some things I could say and some things I can't. But I love so
No,
it's all a
it's
circle though,
exciting
right?
though.
It's all a circle. So all the people I got
Yeah.
to meet, we all got to make something together, and there's some people I got to meet, and some things we got to create something else. I don't know. It's just I'm having fun. End of the day, right? If you're not having fun, why do
That's
it,
the most important
right?
thing. Yeah. That's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm you know what, if you guys aren't following Sunway right now, please follow him in his journey because he's doing a lot in Web3. He's doing a lot. And you know what, I want to end it off with a final question. So you've created a family within Azuki, and so I imagine that was obviously one of your highlights of being in Azuki because obviously the 2022 was full of them. So, what do you hope Azuki will be in 2023 for you and that family that you've created?
Wow. With both families connected, I would feel like just expanding more to Web 2 folks, like so they could understand us a lot more.
Hmm.
But other than that, I think it's getting there. I mean, seeing it on the F1 and seeing it and stuff like that, just I think
Yes. Yeah.
slowly but surely it's gonna take some time, but I think we're the spark to do it. I mean, we seen rappers do it with Bored Ape and stuff like that in a different way. I think this way will be more humbling and a more loving way to see kids involved in seeing like them seeing beans maybe or some other things like you know what I mean.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's cute ways with community members what they're making as well with merch and everything. I mean, and with tea and coffee and stuff like I think we're all playing our part, and that's the most beautiful thing within Azuki as well. So um with the team, dude, I can never imagine what they could do next because every time I have, it was
Oh
always 10
God.
steps ahead or 10 steps
Always
above,
beyond our
10 steps to the
expectations.
left
Yep.
and
Yep.
right. Like the space they've made, like, I mean, man, like, I could never imagine, but like, we do get our hints. We do see those, small little
We do.
details, right? And
They do it on purpose
yeah, of
too.
course, right? And then they tease us like, you forgot this little piece, right? Or something, right?
Yeah, they've done a lot. They throw curveballs at us, and I can't wait to see what else they do, man. 2023, I think, is gonna be a massive year.
Yeah, everyone's personality fits in perfectly. TBA being the Coke headhead, he is, like
Yeah,
just I mean he needs a girl. I mean I think he's watering his money plant tree by the way. So shout out to TBA
he
if he
better.
does listen to this.
He
Maybe he
better be.
doesn't listen to the end.
Yeah.
Who knows? But dude, I appreciate you, Ren Ren. Thank you
Thank you.
honestly for letting me do this with you, and I don't know if it went well or not, but thank you.
It went amazing, and you know what, it really did, because Sunway, it was amazing to listen to, you know, your journey, to, you know, going through this dark time in your life, and then finding happiness with your family, growing your own family, and then, you know, getting into Web3, and then creating another family, and just being a positive influence in the Azuki community. I'm really happy to have you with us, and I thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank
man.
you, and everyone that listened to all the way to the end. DM me because I love you for sure. Because that'd be awesome. Because you actually
Hell
listened
yeah.
to this whole thing, and yeah,
Exactly.
and shout out to Sammy as well for putting me on one of her first podcasts with Sire. And you know, Sire, you know, I mean, even if we have to end it on him, that's cool. But dude's doing a lot of work, and no, he's doing a lot of things now too as well because of just Suzuki and getting all of us to pitch in and get one for him. And now he's
Yep.
just working his ass off, and like, damn, all right, man. Like Levi, everybody, shout out to all you guys, man.
So many
Yuka,
people,
thank you for
man.
the
So many
artwork.
people.
Everybody, like, you guys are beautiful, bro. Like everyone that's been helping me and all the artwork and everything that you guys done. Like, oh my god, I can't explain. I just love it. You know,
Hell
Ren,
yeah, I do.
you
Thank
know.
you
So
for
much love.
being on the podcast, Sunway. I loved learning about your come up,
Of
your
course, man.
relationship, and the journey so far in Web3. And I'll see you in the next spaces. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Behind the PFP. Please consider subscribing and following the podcast. And if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to DM me. And with that, I'll catch you on the flip side.